Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm an American who moved to New Zealand this year. So I thought I'd make a list of my favorite things about this country. Now before I get into it, I want to acknowledge that nothing is perfect. This country has its own set of problems, but these are just my personal opinions as someone who's lived in two countries. Alright, let's start off with no. 1. To people. Look, Kiwis are some of the most kind people I've met in my life. That kindness has been shown to me through little things, big things and everything in between. There's one thing I will mention though that I find super hilarious about Kiwis, and it's that you guys say I'm sorry all the time. I heard it so often at first that I thought there must be something wrong. But no. A Kiwi will say I am sorry when someone sneezes or when they hold up a line or when they pass by you. You don't even know why they're apologizing. But also, I totally get it because life here is hard. Everyone's underpaid and everyone's trying to get by. So maybe that's why people are just extra nice here. The next thing I really love about this country is that Kiwis are not in your business the way Americans are. Back home, even if I'm wearing headphones, random strangers will approach me and strike up a conversation about anything. I love meeting new people, but that shit gets exhausting after a while. Thankfully, that doesn't happen here. I could be wearing headphones, looking at my phone, staring off into space, whatever. Kiwis won't approach me unless I'm literally bleeding profusely or something. Now, if I am lost or if I can't find something, Kiwis are happy to help, which brings me to my next point. They're not just nice to you as a customer or a stranger, they're nice to each other. 2. Working in retail and the service industry myself, I see how employees are treated here and it warms my heart. Whether it's at the post office, the grocery store, my bank, people are polite to each other. Even when stuff goes wrong, people remain polite. Once, I went to collect a parcel from the post office. The lady couldn't find it. She apologized profusely, looked for another 30 seconds, then apologized again, saying she's so sorry, it must have been delivered to the wrong address. Then she said she would personally deliver it to the right address herself, and that's just one example. Now, sure, there may be exceptions, but that's just how I feel it is here. Kiwis genuinely seem to care about others, and I love that. As an introvert, I have finally found my people know. 3. The work culture. When I worked in America, I noticed many people around me only got 2 weeks of PTO a year, even doctors and lawyers and other people with high-end jobs, and that's just sad to me. But in New Zealand, people are entitled to 5 weeks of paid vacation time. Also, retail stores close relatively early here, like 6 p.m. on weekdays, 5 p.m. on Saturdays. That's it, Sunday, most places are closed. And that gives everyone a chance to actually have a life and pursue their hobbies and interests. Because if you work until 10 p.m. every night, what time are you gonna get to cook dinner or go to the gym or hang out with friends? The work-life balance here seems so much healthier. And at my job, there's rarely any forced smiles or small talk. Everyone's cool and calm, and I love it. My next favorite thing about New Zealand is the plastic bags and straws policy. My first day here, I popped into a grocery store and I was happily stunned they didn't have plastic bags. It seemed weird to me that there was just this one spot where you put your items to be checked out and it wasn't being held up by a million plastic bags. In my city back home, plastic bags were 7 cents. But honestly, even if they were free, I wouldn't take them because I've been carrying a reusable bag anywhere I go for well over a decade. A lot of Americans complain about having to pay for plastic bags. For me, I saw it as an opportunity to save the planet one less plastic bag at a time. So I really like that the government is incentivizing people to bring reusable bags. Oh, and if you forget a bag, which happens to me sometimes, there's usually a friendly employee who will give you a cardboard box to carry your items. And I love that this country cares about the environment as much I do. Okay, and how gorgeous is the nature here? Look, I was aware that New Zealand had beautiful nature, but I didn't realize just how incredible it was. I mean, watching seals frolic on an ocean cliff, having a deer at a feeding area eat food out of my hand, feeding ducks where it's allowed, at a pond, going to a zoo and having a key fearlessly graze up against my leg. Unreal. I love getting out into nature, so it's really cool to be able to do that and experience it here. Oh, And may I just say, when I stumbled across wallabies in a zoo with nitrogen monoxide fence, just out in the open, my jaw dropped. Americans could never. We are a deeply stupid people as a group, and someone would harass the animals within a week, and then, when they got hurt, sue the zoo. Y'all have a stronger social contract here, and it's lovely. Another thing I love is the weather. As someone who's used to brutally cold winters that make me hate living, the weather here is marvelous. It's winter and I don't even need a winter coat or hat. That's it, I wore that once. I can handle a light jacket and a scarf. I visited both islands and yeah, it's cold, but it's definitely a cakewalk compared to my home city, where it's routinely negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. I love being able to go outside and be active and enjoy myself without being miserable and angry at Mother Nature. My next favorite thing is the safety. I'm from a big American city. It's terrifying. Ever since COVID, there's been such a huge increase in open drug use, crime, and scary encounters on public transit. Here, my nervous system is relaxed, and of course, the gun policy here is such a relief as someone who's been mugged at gunpoint. I know it could happen here, but the odds are exponentially lower. In America, we have a lot of mass shootings. I think about this a lot because my partner and I have been to many of the places where shootings have happened, including the movie theater in Aurora, Colorado. It's insane to me that something like that could happen. And it's a relief not to have to worry about it here. I mean, there's still crazy people everywhere. And I'm sure if you dug deep enough, you could find horrible things that have happened in New Zealand, but I feel very safe here and I love that. Another thing I love is the relaxed dress code. People here are not tryhards. When I first moved here and got invited to my first social event, I dressed up, put on a nice dress and heels and makeup. And I felt so overdressed. These days, I just chill. Which leads me to my last point, the hills. I come from a completely flat city. And let's just say my glutes look better than ever living here. I bought a bike here and let us just say my legs and but are very sore after a long ride. I haven't been a child in a long time. I am an adult and I live in a house with a hill and I get winded walking up it. I guess I'm out of shape. But damn, it feels good to get some exercise without having to leave my neighborhood. So yeah, those are my favorite things about living in New Zealand so far. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down below. And I'll see you soon. Bye.